Dun, dun, dun.
Welcome back to the Gig and Erika podcast. Wait, that's not what it's called.
Ig and Erika are kids these days. I didn't say the first G in your name. I said Ig and Erika.
Ig and Erika. That's my name anyways. Ig. Ig. What's up, everybody? How's it going? We haven't made a podcast in a couple weeks.
Sorry.
We've been getting busy.
Gig's back at work, so.
Yeah. Haven't had much time. When we have Sundays off from other things, we just kind of want to relax.
Yeah.
So that's what we do usually on Sundays. Erika messaged me earlier this week and was like, write down these things for the podcast. I'm like, okay. So we were actually prepared this week.
Our favorite things.
Our favorite things. That's this podcast.
Things that we love.
Yeah. So, I don't really know. Is there like a way we're doing this? Are we just talking about specific topics?
I just have a list. It's all kind of out of order. So
Yeah, same.
let's just. You okay?
Yeah, no, this chair's uncomfortable, that's all.
I get a nice fancy chair.
Yeah. I guess if one of us has a topic that the other one doesn't, then we can just try. Then we can just try and think of something that is our favorite of that category.
I don't think it
or
has
topic.
to be per category, though. Why can't we just say the things we love?
Okay, sure. How about you go first?
Okay.
I'm nervous.
First thing on the list I have that I just added last night was is butter and honey on toast.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, it's exactly what it sounds like. You mix together butter and honey and whip it up. And then last night I had it on an everything bagel, toasted. You just put it on there. You don't really spread it on. You just kind of, dab it on so that it melts, and it's very nice. Very, very good. Especially with an everything bagel because it's sweet. So then with the bagel's kind of like garlicky and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's a good contrast.
Yeah, it actually is. It's like a salty and sweet thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I rarely have that, but I really like it.
It's like a treat. I don't have it very often either. Because it's not like it's a nutritious meal or anything.
No. Yeah, it's like a dessert almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, since we're talking about food, my favorite food is sushi.
Yeah.
It's always been sushi. But I'm actually starting to get tired of just regular North American sushi. My all-time favorite kind of sushi is Sugarfish. That's a restaurant in LA. They have one in New York. We actually went to when we were there. And what I really like about it is the style is very traditional. It's just rice with a piece of fish and just lightly seasoned with I don't know how to describe it. Not seasoned, but sauced. Very mild, but there's something about it that's so pure and so, I don't know. It's just so good.
My
and
favorite
so
is
basic.
the sashimi.
Oh yeah.
If you order sashimi here, you're gonna get rice with fish on it.
Yeah.
But if you order sashimi at Sugarfish, it's little bits of tuna.
Yeah, it's tuna.
Like in a little plate, just soaked in ponzu sauce. Oh, amazing.
Yeah. Ponzu, that's something that I kind of didn't know what it was. And then when I did learn what it was, it's I just wanted it all the time. I'm one of those people that when I discover something I like, I have it too much until I don't like it anymore.
The interesting thing about Sugarfish is they don't do drinks. So
yeah.
You're you could have water or you can have green tea, either cold or hot.
Yeah. And then they have alcoholic drinks.
Yeah,
but
but you can't get pop. They don't have soda there.
No. Which I like that because it keeps with that very simple, pure kind of traditional thing. Yeah.
So should I say my next thing?
Yeah, say your next thing.
Toe beans.
Toe beans.
So
not a food.
On a cat, the little pad of their foot with the little toe beans.
Yeah.
Same with dogs too. And then you can hold it up and you can make a call.
And dial. Yeah. So next thing I have on my list is for non-alcoholic drinks. My favorite thing to drink is iced tea.
Mm.
Specifically the mix.
Oh yeah.
Or Nestea. And then for soda or pop root beer. But I when I first couple times I ever went to Southern California, I ordered iced tea and I was so confused because it wasn't sweetened. And I was like, what is this? This isn't, I think they forgot the sugar or something like that, right?
Yeah, because in Canada, if you order iced tea, you get sweet tea.
Yeah. And then I learned that in the States, you can order sweet tea, and then the sweet tea in the States is so good, like Southern style sweet tea.
Yeah.
So freaking good.
Because it's like tea. It's not like Nestea.
Yeah, where it's just like
sugar.
Tea flavoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the sunset when it's like cotton candy colored.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best.
I prefer, like, I like the cotton candy color, but I prefer, like, orange.
Like the dark ones?
The dark ones.
When it's like red and
yeah,
the clouds are dark. That's nice too.
Yeah.
I just like sunsets in general.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that I like sunrises because I'm never awake. I don't know what it looks like.
So the next thing I wrote down was alcoholic drinks. So I really like tiki drinks in general just because they're very fruity and very fun. They can be a bit strong though because they have usually a lot of booze. But very specifically, one of my favorite tiki drinks I've ever had was called Day of the Dead from Shameful Tiki Room, which is a tiki bar in Vancouver here. And what I really liked about it was it was kind of like a mix of I don't even know, they don't have the ingredients. I looked it up on the menu. They don't have the ingredients. They don't say what it is. It just says it has a little bit of like kind of like the zombie a little bit, which has like a lot of rums and kind of spicy stuff. Let me see. I have it here. Hold on. I'm going to look at it. Read what it says. A complex house original with multiple juices and rums, coconut, bitters, Pernod, soda, and secret spices. Secret spices. So it's, for me, it's kind of like a mix of pina colada and a zombie with a little bit of that absinthe herb stora kind of thing I was telling you about earlier, like absinthe and bitters mix. So that was so unique because I never had a tiki drink like that before. And then my other favorite alcoholic drink I've ever had is called a penicillin. And I think the first time I had it was at the Perch in LA.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Which is a really cool bar on the rooftop of like an old heritage building.
Wasn't that oh, what was that place called? It was DTLA as well.
Yeah.
In the kind of basement by our gym.
Yeah. What was that called? District. They had one there too, but I don't think that was the one I had first because I don't remember the first time I had it wasn't pre-bottled. Because at District, what they did was they pre-bottled them, and they had their own like medicine cabinet of drinks. So they had the penicillin, but then they had made ones that were like more like painkiller stuff, not to be mixed up with the painkiller tiki drink.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, they had like drinks that were named after obviously medicines.
Yeah. They had like an opiate one, and like yeah.
Anyways, should I go?
Yep.
When oh my god. When cats stretch, like, you know what, like chest down, butt up, and they yawn at the same time.
Oh, yeah. They look angry when cats always look angry.
No, it's so cute. They're like, I don't know, big stretch and you know.
Big stretch.
And they always look up, but you know, oh, it's so cute. That's it.
Okay, I'll go to my next one. So I wrote weather. Late summer days, warm enough so that you're not too hot or not too cold. Also, when it's raining but it's warm, so you don't care if you get wet.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I have weather somewhere here, but it's just all out of order, so I don't know.
Yeah, I also wrote that I secretly like winter, but I get tired of cold and wet really quickly. So like I like when it feels like winter wonderland, but I don't like being out in it for very long.
Yeah. I miss being a kid in winter. I feel like being an adult, you have like stuff that you have to do. Would you stop picking?
Can you stop hitting my hand?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
No. Stop picking your fingers.
Okay.
And miss being a kid because being an adult when it snows, you know, you have to go out or like go to work and stuff, and it's just like stressful. Being a kid during the winter was like you have the chance of not going to school and you just go out and make snow angels and like snowmen and stuff. So
Yeah. Right, I remember I'd get all bundled up and I'd just go sit in the snow. And that was fun.
Okay, warm Ovaltine. So again, I don't know. I have weird foods, I guess, because I never knew anyone growing up who knew what Ovaltine was or who would mix butter and honey and put it on toast. Like, it just wasn't a thing. I don't know where my parents got this stuff from, but Ovaltine is like chocolate malt powder, and you can have it like as like a hot chocolate or like a chocolate milk, or you can put it in on ice cream or like in oatmeal, like stuff like that, porridge. So I like it like really warm, so like you microwave the milk for a minute and then you put the Ovaltine in and then you microwave it again for 30 seconds. It just makes it perfect because when you microwave it after you put in the like powder, then it creates almost like a foam on top.
Very and
nice.
Like steams it.
Yeah.
Next one? Yeah. So my next one that I have is bodies of water. So I really like rivers with lots of rocks that aren't, and rivers that aren't too strong where you can like just sit in the water and it kind of like washes over you. So my reference to that is like Stoughton Falls, which I took you there once a few years ago, but now it's not, like, you can't go to it anymore, which is dumb because it's like private land and they blocked it off. Even though that was like where I grew up, that was like a place everyone would go on a hot day, and it was just like, it was like 4 or 5 inches of water running smoothly over flat rock, and then every once in a while there would be these big like medicine bowl things,
like pools
that you could just sit in, and it was just relaxing. And then the water, and then you could even go into the pools and you'd see little fish swimming around, and it was just so I don't know, so relaxing and calming, and I don't know how to describe it.
I wish we could go there today.
Yeah, it's so hot today. But yeah, the only scary thing about that specific river is that if you heard the siren, you had to leave as quick as possible because there's a dam upriver, and every once in a while they would let the dam out.
But I'm sure that it was a scheduled thing. It's not just like, you know, if you looked it up, you would see the dates of when they would do it.
And they wouldn't, on like a hot Saturday, they wouldn't do it.
No.
Because it's like they know people would be going there.
It's not like they're just like, oh, okay, let's just do it now, you know? Yeah. It's like they would have planned the day when they're going to do it.
Yeah.
It's not like they would just do it out of surprise.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Like every time you tell it, I'm like, I always imagine it as you're there and you've no idea and suddenly you hear the alarm.
Okay, and to be fair, there's another river near where I used to live, and I could hear the siren for that one too. And it would rarely ever went off. Like, it was something they rarely ever did. Because it's actually a pretty like delicate habitat.
Well, it's not like they get that much water, right? Where like there's these 2 lakes in British Columbia where they always let up like the dam type thing that separates the 2 lakes. It's not actually like a dam because it's not like into a river, right? I don't know if that qualifies as a dam or if it's just like any body of water.
Yeah.
But they can like open it so that the water goes from one lake to the other lake, and if it's gonna be like a really wet like spring or whatever, then they let it through so that the one bigger lake doesn't overflow. And like they would always do it. They would always do it every year. And then I remember one year they were like, oh, it's gonna be fine, it's not supposed to be wet, it's supposed to be dry. And then they got like, so they didn't do the dam, and it rained and snowed so much and it overflowed the lake. Like, the one time they didn't do it, it was ridiculous. I don't know what the point was of that story, but
okay, your turn.
Brie, when it's all hot and melty, you put it on French bread.
Yeah.
Especially if there's like hot garlic underneath.
Baked garlic underneath. Yeah, baked garlic and brie goes so well together.
Yeah. Oh, and then next I have warm lakes.
Warm lakes. See, lakes scare me. That's why I like rivers, safe rivers, because you know that the river's safe, but a lake can just all of a sudden become deadly.
So dramatic.
No, it can be. And lakes, like a lot of them are really deep. You don't know where the bottom is.
Well, and especially lakes that have mountains around them, it's like it creates its own weather.
Yeah.
So it can suddenly get stormy.
Yeah. Yep, I don't like that kind of stuff.
Yours are so well organized. Like, I just want to say, I told Gig, okay, write down all your favorite things. And then I'm like, if you need help, here's some categories. I gave him all the categories. And he's like, meticulously put them in the have the categories. Mine's just a mess. I just wrote things down as I thought of them.
The reason why mine's so good is because I had a lot of time when I was at work. And it was either do this or do homework. And I chose to do this.
I shouldn't have said.
No, it's okay. Should I go again?
Yeah.
Okay, favorite colors. So my favorite color has always been blue. But I prefer, like, lighter blues, so, like, sky blue. And then I really like grays as well. So anything, like, that's between, like, a blue and a gray. Kind of mixture blue-gray. I love those colors.
I really like dark green, like forest green or emerald green.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like light pink.
Mm-hmm.
Like baby pink.
Yeah.
I like most colors. I don't discriminate against colors. Oh, yeah, my turn.
Yeah.
So malt cups. This is something I haven't had in probably like 10 years because I used to go to this corner store all the time and they had like the brand that makes fudgesicles.
I don't know what that brand is.
I can picture their logo, but I don't know.
It's like yellow usually, and then they got like red dots around it. Yeah.
In my head, it just says popsicle, but I don't think that's what the brand is. But it was just like a cup, and you would open it, and there'd be a wooden spoon on top, and it'd be like a solid malt ice cream, and you'd just like scrape it with the wooden spatula spoon thing, you know, and that's how you would eat it.
That sounds so good, and we haven't been able to find it since we started dating.
It doesn't exist anymore.
And I love malted things. Like, I love malted milkshakes. I love Ovaltine. I like Ovaltine because it's kind of malty.
Yeah.
I love malted things.
I know, I wish you could have had it. It was like my childhood. I used to get that all the time.
Well, and it's weird because when I was a child, I didn't really like chocolatey things. Right? I liked fruity, sugary things. Well, so I would always have the freezies.
Yeah.
Right?
What's funny is, like, I liked chocolatey things, but I didn't like milk chocolate on its own. So if like my family would always get me Purdy's for like my birthday or like Easter or stuff like that because they knew I loved it. And if they got me milk chocolate, I wouldn't eat it. Even though I would eat like chocolatey things or like you know, a drumstick that has like the milk chocolate on the outside. I don't know why I was so picky about it. I was like, I'll only eat white chocolate, you know? It was so weird. White chocolate's not even real chocolate.
It is, though. It just has to be good white chocolate. Most white
chocolate
chocolate
from Purdy's, so
yeah, the ones from Purdy's are good. Most white chocolate is just milk and sugar, pretty much. But there's the cocoa butter, which is a byproduct of cocoa beans, cacao. I don't freaking know anymore. There's cacao. There's cocoa. And then when I was learning bartending stuff, they were like, you don't pronounce it creme de cacao. It's creme de cocoa, even though it was spelled cacao. Apparently, they're two different things. Anyways, I have TV shows. So, my favorite TV shows of all time. Spoiler alert. I'm an actor, but most of my favorite shows don't really have anything to do with acting or good acting, even. So,
X-Files.
X-Files is one of my favorite shows. That's the first one. And then Mythbusters, which has nothing to do with acting. And then Daily Planet, which was a show that isn't anymore on Discovery Channel that was filmed in Toronto. And it was like a daily, weekly, actually, I think it was daily show that they would do. And it was like science news and information technology. And I just loved it. They had the same host for a really long time. And then this was not long after I had started watching it. He retired, and then they had two younger hosts come on and take over the show. And then the old host would come on every once in a while. But I just found it so, like, wholesome, friendly, relaxing, and educational. And I just always loved that growing up. It was, like, my favorite thing to just sit down and watch that. And it was, like, de-stressing. Not that I had a lot of stress as a child, but
I didn't write down any shows. I couldn't really think of any that are, because I haven't been watching shows that I love lately. I don't know, in quarantine, I'm like rewatching America's Next Top Model, which like I really like, but mostly for like I don't like the drama. Like if I could fast forward through it, I would. You know, like I mean I technically can, but like it's just too much work.
You do sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Like whenever they're deliberating, you always just like
I skip.
I don't need to see that because it's pointless. They just reiterate everything they all said already.
Yeah. But I mostly just watch it because I like to see the photos and like the work that goes into it, and I like the makeovers and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I mean I wouldn't call that one of my favorite shows, you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't even know what I would pick now. Like I couldn't think of anything because normally like, you know, asked me last year I probably would have said, "Oh, Friends, How I Met Your Mother," you know, like comedies.
Mm-hmm.
But now I feel I don't know if it's like quarantine, coronavirus, COVID.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying the same shows that I used to enjoy as much.
Yeah, I wrote down 3 other shows. Friends, Fringe, and Ancient Aliens.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, Friends will always be a classic because I grew up watching that, too. Fringe, I appreciate it because it's kind of like X-Files. It's like a more modern X-Files, I guess you could say. And then Ancient Aliens, again, is another show that has nothing to do with actual acting or anything, but it's a weird escape from reality that I like. And I don't even watch it that often, but it's still, like, a special show to me.
Well, what about Curse of Oak Island?
Curse of Oak Island, too. But Curse of Oak Island, I have a love-hate relationship with because it makes me mad.
Because they never find anything?
Not that because they never find anything, but because it's just like, I don't know, it's just, there's just so many things that go through my head when I watch it. I'm like, okay, they're trying to do this like officially and like in a almost scientific way, but there's so many things that they don't do that way too. Like their scientific method or whatever has all of these flaws in it. I'm not going to say anything specific, but like, for example, they've always had a archaeologist on their team, but they rarely ever have the archaeologist actually come and comment on things that have to do with archaeology. They have, like, for example, a guy who is a professional at using a metal detector. He's awesome. He's super entertaining, but he's always the one going, "Oh, I think this is from the 1500s." Whereas, like, the guy who's an archaeologist, I think he would be better at saying when it's
He's
from.
probably not entertaining enough. That's the whole point.
He isn't.
I always think that about America's Next Top Model. I always think, like Tyra always says, I made this show because I wanted to help people, like girls, become models, you know, who wouldn't normally have the opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you wanted to do that, you would have done that without a TV show.
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's about the money. It's about
the entertainment.
Like, sure, maybe that does play into it. But if she really wanted to do that, out of the goodness of her heart, she would not have made it into a TV show.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, as as good as the show is, you know, I always have, like, reservations about it. I don't know.
Well, and on Curse of Oak Island with the archaeologist, like, the last season that I watched, they finally had him actually properly excavating something. And they discovered something new in a previously excavated site, and that was really interesting, right? I'm like, why? You could have literally done this. They visited that site, like, so many times. This is, like, season 6. Like, 6 years of doing this. They could have gone there and done that so many times, and they're like, oh, we didn't get permission from the municipality. They literally own the island. Sorry. I'm a little passionate, but that's why I get, like, it's not my favorite show, because I can't watch... I binge watch episodes, but I don't want to go back and watch any episodes again. Right? Anyways.
So I have rainy mornings and reading. I love just wrapping myself up in a blanket and like sitting on the balcony. I can't do it here, but like when I used to like live with my mom, sit on the balcony and read in the rain. I mean, like obviously it was covered, but it's just so soothing to hear the rain and like it be quiet. I could just read my book. Very nice.
Yeah. I have animals. So, like, my favorite animals. Dogs, turtles, frogs, geckos, and pandas.
Turtles and frogs?
Yeah, you didn't know that about me? When I was a kid, I always wanted a tortoise.
I knew that.
Yeah. So, I always found turtles really fascinating. I like to look at them. I
love bats.
Yeah.
I love bats and turtles.
I like bats too, but bats are a little scary.
Why?
Because they can have rabies. Is it rabies? Yeah, it's rabies.
Turtles can have diseases too.
Yeah, but like salmonella you're talking about? So that's a bacteria and it's in most of their feces, so you just have to wash your hands and not consume it. Right?
Yeah, like if you touch the
Safe
turtle
handling.
or the water,
Yeah.
you gotta wash your hands.
Yeah. But bats, it's like sometimes they can get rabies and then they act erratically and then they bite people.
Yeah.
Because normally they don't bite people.
There was somebody actually in BC who got bit by a bat and died because they didn't go to the hospital. They didn't know they had been bit, so they didn't go to the hospital.
Yeah.
I mean, like.
So we've heard.
So we've heard, yeah. But is it my turn or your turn?
It's your turn.
Steamed milk with vanilla.
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite.
A vanilla steamed milk. I used to always get that.
I want to get a cappuccino machine so I can steam stuff.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
When we have a housewarming party.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask for it from somebody. I don't know who.
Get me an expensive cappuccino machine.
My one of 3 friends.
Yeah. Next I have music. So for me,
Bare Naked Ladies.
hold on. Let me speak.
I can go through the whole list from my mind.
Don't speak. Okay, no. First
No
on
doubt?
the list is the Beatles. I've always been a huge fan of the Beatles. The first time I like officially discovered music when I was like a certain age and I was actually introduced to a band for the first time, it was the Beatles. So they'll always be like my favorite band, even though that's pretty like stereotypical and an expected answer from a lot of people. But I don't listen to them very much anymore. Probably because I listened to them like a ton when I was a kid. Like that's all I listened to. But now my favorite bands are M83, specifically the album Hurry Up We're Dreaming, and then specifically the songs When Will You Come Home and Wait. That whole album I used to listen to on a loop when going to sleep, when I was like traveling or going through something that I found like either exciting or like stressful or nerve-wracking, as a way to make me feel like calm and grounded and kind of like one with everything that was going on, going like, I'll be okay. You know what I mean? It's part of the experience, it's part of the journey. So I would listen to it because it kind of gave me that like the listening to it from beginning to end is kind of like that kind of journey, and it's like I find it calming. And then Erika said it, BNL. It's a weird obsession for me. I was just telling her about that earlier today. Like I don't know how to describe it because I'm starting to enjoy their music less and less, but I can't stop listening to the songs. So like even the other day I was listening to I have so many Bare Naked Ladies albums on my phone that the majority of songs that come up when I'm listening on shuffle are Bare Naked Ladies songs.
I remember one time we were listening, just like last week.
Yeah.
We were listening to a Bare Naked Ladies song, and then you skipped it, and it was BNL. You skipped a few times, it was just BNL. I thought we were listening to Bare Naked Ladies, and you're like, this is my phone on shuffle, and it's all songs. And I was like... Yeah.
So I was at work, and I was listening to just shuffle, and I came across a song that I had heard before, and then I was like, wait, that sounds different than usual. So I listened to it again and again and again, and then I even looked up the song and learned more about it, and then was like, what does it mean? And like all of a sudden now the song just sounds different to me because I paid more attention to it. But that's the thing about Bare Naked Ladies is people just think, oh, they're just these, kind of like cheesy songs. And then for me, I'm like, they actually have a lot of meaning behind them. Even though it's not necessarily great music, but I start to get sucked into it. Weird obsession. Anyways.
For me, it's like Len and Stella, especially. Oh, man, I feel like she's writing my life. It's so weird.
Hashtag relatable.
It's like, it's so weird.
Yeah.
Like every
her music
song.
is really good though.
Yeah.
And she writes most of her own music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can tell usually.
Mm-hmm. And then Lana Del Rey I've been obsessed with for a long time. Since 2012. That's 8 years. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Starting to feel old.
Okay, so next on my list, I said, oh, I'll just skip one and say songs that make me hurt inside.
Oh.
I don't know why. Songs that like physically hurt me. Oh, I could listen to them all day.
You like to torture yourself.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like I don't know, when you're feeling depressed and you like don't feel anything, you feel numb. It's like I want to feel something. I don't know, because even when I'm feeling good, it's like let's listen to some sad music.
I think sometimes it's what you know too. Right? Like when I was little, when I was younger, I always got my power from positive songs or like folk music that was kind of like Journey, not Journey the band or the whatever, but like it takes you on a journey. For you, maybe when you were younger, what made you feel powerful or energized you was sad music.
I've never been able to listen to like happy songs.
Yeah.
I don't, not happy songs, but like inspirational music, you know? Oh god, I can't do it. Like fight song.
Well, that's different.
No, but I'm saying songs like that. I'm giving it as an example. Like,
yeah,
I just can't do it.
Yeah.
And then I also have it's basically the same thing. Books that make me hurt inside. So, like especially, pardon me, while I'm reading it, I can't put it down. Like I think you probably remember I was reading. Oh, what was it? I'll trade you the sun or something. And I just could not put it down at all. And Gig was like, okay, Erika, this is getting a little excessive, so like, you know. And it was painful. And the ending, it wasn't satisfying.
Oh, I remember you were reading it and it would mess you up.
Yeah.
And you'd be crying. And I'm like, why are you doing this to yourself? And you're like, I just can't stop reading it.
I couldn't. And it was so painful. Like.
And then when you were done the book, I said, was it worth it? And you said no.
But I want to read it again. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with me. I love to feel the pain.
You like to torture yourself.
Yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
I have plants.
Okay.
You said favorite plants.
Yeah.
I like ferns. And ferns that are like plants that are like ferns.
Ferns that are like ferns.
Yeah. So like, you know, I don't know how to describe it. Like the typical like tropical palm leaf that's like a palm leaf but it has the divots in it. I picture that as like a house plant. I like those kinds of things. And then huge, enormous trees. I sound like Donald Trump there. Enormous trees. Huge, enormous trees. I like big trees because I grew up in an area with lots of woods, and I'd go out with my friends. We'd run around, and climb the trees, and play make-believe and all that kind of stuff. So I like that kind of thing. I find it calming and eerie at the same time. Forests.
I like flowers. I like tulips. That's about it. I like the look of succulents, but I don't know. Something about having like flowers makes me feel better.
I just don't like flowers because
you're allergic.
Can you?
We finished each other's.
No. I don't like flowers because they die.
Oh.
Right? Like buying cut flowers. I like plants that you grow and you can take care of.
Yeah.
Right? And they keep going and going and going. Like an energizer. I'm kidding. Yeah.
I like my mom's garlic bread.
She
makes the best garlic bread. She buys those like fluffy buns, and then she cuts it in half, and she mixes butter with garlic, and then puts it on, and then like, oh, it's just perfect.
I've tried to remake her garlic bread, and I fail every time.
It's like hot and soft in the middle, and then the outside is like so crispy.
Yeah, I don't know how she gets that balance because I've tried to do that, and I just it's either uncooked or burnt.
Yeah.
There's no in between, and that in between is what I'm trying to get. So I put video games. Okay, so here's the thing. I stream on Twitch, and I actually make money from playing video games and talking to people. Not a lot of money, but I do make some money. And I'm proud to say that I've gotten to that point. But I actually don't like video games that much. Erika's looking at me like, what? But
what are you talking about?
Ever since I was young, like I enjoy video games. But ever since I was young, I could not sit down and play a video game for more than an hour. And when I do, it's because I have to put the effort into playing. People sit down, they play video games, they get sucked in, and then hours go by.
I could play Sims for 3 days straight and not get up.
For me, I could play Sims for 20 minutes and be like,
But
want to get up and do
what
something.
about playing a game not on stream?
Even then.
Because we used to play GTA for like hours together.
That's different when I'm playing with a friend or somebody in the same room. But whenever I'm playing a game by myself, I just can't. I can't do that for very long because I recall when I was a kid, we got our first game system. It was a secondhand GameCube that we bought from some family friend, and I would love it, but then I would always have to go outside or do something. It's just the way I am.
I've never been like that. I could stay inside for a week playing video games.
As I've gotten older, it's changed a little bit, and I have.
Well, and probably dating me.
I
don't like to go out.
And
I don't like to leave the house.
Yeah, and I don't know. I not living in a small town anymore. When I lived in a small town, I was like, I want to go for a bike ride. Right? There's always something else to do.
Can't really go for a bike ride here.
No, we did that once. That was bad. Anyways, but I always do come back to Minecraft.
Yeah.
And Portal 1 and 2. Like, those are always classic games that I will eventually play again. Right? I can't think of any other games that I guess I played quite a bit of Call of Duty when I was a kid. And that was like that one time when I had moved to Vancouver, I got a new Call of Duty and I played for 6 hours straight. And I had terrible dreams that night because I had never played a video game for that long before.
For me, when I was like a teenager, I played Call of Duty and I played Warcraft. But for the most part, I played like Nancy Drew.
You liked clicker games.
Yeah, and Fashion Solitaire, Barbie's Fashion Show. I still like playing those types of games. Anything fashion related, I really like playing. What?
Nothing, you're cute.
And then I have Cafe Crepe.
Oh.
And the steamed milk with vanilla from Cafe Crepe. Oh my gosh, so good. And the French toast crepe from there.
Mm-hmm.
So good. It has egg, syrup, cinnamon. It's so good. And then my last thing on my list is hugs.
Hugs are good.
Hugs are just too good. What? Oh, okay. Thanks. Hugs are the best.
Yeah. I don't have anything on my list left either.
I wish we could hug everybody listening.
Yeah. Happy hugs, everybody.
Well, let us know what your favorite things are.
Yep. And I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast.
Yeah. Sorry we've been gone for so long. It's challenging trying to balance, we stream every day except for Sunday. And Sunday is our podcast day, and usually we try to film beforehand, but obviously today we didn't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're figuring it out, so bear with us.
Yep. We're trying to change some things. Trying to reorganize our life. That sounds dramatic, but we're thinking about the future and stuff like that, and we want to move out and buy a place, so we're busy with that and working and saving up, and so we're still going to podcast. It might be a little irregular, but thank you guys for sticking with us and being our friends. Thanks for being our friends.
And thank you to those of you who hang out with us on Twitch, because Twitch has been just amazing. I think Gig's been streaming for 5 months now on Twitch.
Regularly, yeah.
Because he used to stream before, but it was kind of whenever I want,
Yeah, and now I've hit 1,000 followers. And I think when I started, streaming regularly, I only had 350. And so... Or less. And so I've had, a lot of people join, and now regular people in the community, and I feel a lot of support from these people. And you guys know who you are. Thank you for being there.
And you just released stream merch, too.
I just released stream merch, which I, didn't think I'd ever do, but... And, people have bought it, and it's just so cool. I can't wait to get mine, because I want to, wear it on stream and rep it and stuff. Wear it in the real world. People will be like, what is that?
We'll put the link in the description if you guys want to check it out.
Yeah.
But,
our Twitches will be in the description, and then the stream merch, yeah.
And Gig is also doing a 12-hour charity live stream next Saturday.
Saturday the... Hold on, let me find out the actual date
21st?
here. The 22nd.
22nd.
Saturday the 22nd. It'll
August.
Be probably 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time until, whoa, I'm burping, 11 p.m. There we go.
Yeah. It's
All right.
exciting. Twitch has been so nice lately.
Yeah.
I mean, lately as in the last 5 months.
Yeah. During quarantine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, stay safe, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.
Bye.